I'm getting ready to go out, but I had this thought because something happened the other day and I wanted to remember to share it. This video is for anyone who suffers from or struggles with the feelings of anxiety. So sometimes we understand why we're experiencing the feelings that we're experiencing, like anxiety, right? So you may have an important test coming up, or a hard conversation, or an interview, right? And you're experiencing anxiety. Other times you may be situational. So you're driving and you always get anxiety while driving, or you in a certain circumstance, like with your family, right? And I think oftentimes, we may think we know where it stemmed from. And here's a quick story about that. I was at biofield tuning the other day, and my magical biofield tuner, Sharon, was telling me that she experiences anxiety while driving. And I said, have you worked on that from a belief level? And she said, no, but I'm willing to. And she starts to say that she lived in Nicaragua. My dog just farted really loud. She lived in Nicaragua for like 9 years, and the roads there were really dangerous, and they don't give you any like street signs or warnings like when you're about to like go into a hole. And she said, I came like this close from my tire basically going into this hole where I would have died. And ever since then, I feel like maybe that's why I have anxiety while driving. And I said, well, let's work with it. So we used her subconscious to guide us into the Transform the Perception of Stress balance with PSYCH-K. It's called a TPS balance. And as she was in this balance, I asked her to bring the situation to mind, to play out all of the scenarios, play out actually going into that hole, right? Allow that trauma loop to close, and let's process all the way through that fear. As she did that, she realized there was something else that came up. And that was her feeling like we take for granted life, that we could just be gone in 5 minutes, right? We don't get any guarantees. And as she worked through that, she said, I guess if I'm dead, I'm dead, right? And then she said, oh my gosh, I know where this is coming from. And she said, I am afraid of dying spontaneously without being organized and having my family have to find all of my documents and all of my things because I didn't get things in order. She processed all the way through that. We worked with working out, like, what happens when you die and you're disorganized, right? What happens when you die and you are organized? And she was so clear after this balance. She felt lighter. She felt better. And then she said, I know exactly what I need to do. I'm going to get organized this weekend. I'm going to tell everybody where everything is. And it was almost like she didn't realize that her anxiety while driving was actually stemmed, and she didn't realize, from this feeling of not being organized to go. So the beautiful thing about PSYCH-K and about closing these trauma loops, it allows our subconscious to guide us and to inform us about what is the thing behind the thing, right? Sometimes there's no thing behind the thing, but sometimes there is. And it allows us to formally close that loop, take the stress out of the system, create an action plan, and actually move on without that symptom. So I'm going to be super curious. I'm touching base with her to see, how she feels while driving after she completes this task of, getting everything organized. So, moral of the story: if you have anxiety, we can work with it to understand why, to remove that stress, to release any sort of stuck emotions that we have that may be contributing to the anxiety, to balance anything that may be in misalignment within your body that may be contributing to the anxiety. And then we can move forward with a clear action step. We don't need to live in an anxious state. It is truly just a flag for our system to say, hey, there's something to explore here, right? So if you suffer from anxiety, whether that is chronic or situational, and you want help with this, please schedule a free call with me. Understand that it's just your body's signal to let you know that there's something deeper here that we need to discover, and I can help you identify that with the power of your subconscious mind. My name is Victoria. I am the Rapid Renegade. I thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe, leave comments. What has worked for you with your anxiety, right? There's a lot of medications out there that I know work. I have a best friend who suffers from long-term anxiety. And, my goal is always like, don't get off of your medication if it's working for you, but let's use the medication and your balanced state that it provides you to actually go deeper and to uncover what the root cause is so that you can no longer be on medication with the guidance of your doctor, right? So touch base with me. I'm happy to connect with you guys, and I just want peace in your system, as I think, if you suffer from anxiety, you probably do too.